All righty. We are live. Hello, Rob's Music. Wow. You are the first actual person from YouTube here. And I'm just going to wait for some more to come in. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And hello. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Hi, Lizzie B. Thank you for being here. Lizzie B is in the house. Whoop, whoop. Lizzie B is in the house. Thank you so much, Lizzie B, for being here. So, yes, there's a live stream on Facebook and YouTube, right? So, I hope that's what you're referencing. So, simultaneously. So, I have this. Is the audio on? Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. So, oh, Maine is here. Someone from Maine, all the way in Maine. I would love to go to Maine. I hear it's beautiful there. Yes, evening. Good evening, Amanda and Pam. Marie. Yes, you do hear me. Okay, thank you for letting me know you hear me. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. California's in the house. Okay, hello. Yes, okay, great. You can hear me. Yes, I'm live streaming. So I am actually live streaming from on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, which is great. I'm trying to get a lot of people to follow me on Facebook. And I think this is a good way to do that. Oh, Sussex, UK is here. That's great. Wichita, Kansas. Yay. Hello. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get let me see, Facebook people. I see people from YouTube. Okay, I see it now, a person from Facebook. Okay, I see Laura is watching from Facebook. Okay, good. So both of them are working. Great, great, great. Thank you so much for being here. So what are we talking about today, everyone? Well, today I am going to be talking about, we know that the Christmas card, I believe, for Catherine and William has come out today. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Harry's playing polo in Aspen. And there is this whole issue around Harry's security. I'm going to talk about that because that is what is bringing in a lot of tension with Harry and Meghan in their marriage. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And also that it looks like Harry and Meghan are going to be doing another bombshell documentary around the late Princess Diana. They're going to be doing a documentary. So I'm going to be talking about all of that today on my live. I'm here every Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is 10 p.m. UK time. I don't think they've changed the time yet, so it should be 10 p.m. UK time. So if you are here, thank you for being here. And why not just go right ahead and hit the like button if you're here? Yes, hit the like button. And thank you so much for being here. And if you are not subscribed to my Facebook, please be sure to subscribe to my Facebook channel. I do my YouTube videos that are on Facebook, but also I do extra videos around my life as a first-time fur mama to play. I do videos around my life with Otis. He is the first dog I've ever had. I'm not an animal person, so it is very interesting, the experiences that I go through as a dog owner. And ironically, being the person that is home most of the time, and we all know that pugs love to follow their owners around, Otis has become extremely attached to me. He follows me wherever I go, And we have developed a very special bond just because we're together all the time. And if you talk to my friends and family, for them to see me with the dog is like seeing a Martian on Earth. It's like, what in the world am I doing with a dog? Because yeah, it's just crazy. Uh, I just really quickly, I just remember when we first got Otis. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this dog is going to be sleeping in my house. How I'm not going to be able to rest. This is going to be so crazy that an animal is actually in my home sleeping. Like, this was so far out of the realm for me to have a dog in my home. It's just, but now it's like second nature. I don't even think about it. It's like I can definitely give a testimony, okay? But it's been great. So thanks for all of your support of Otis. I know he has a lot of supporters out there that it's funny because my son Nelson said that people, they really know Otis more than they know anything about me having children. Like, Otis is the one that people really know. And he's just always making comments about that because yeah, it's like he gets a lot of support. So thank you so much for being here. So we're going to talk about a few things today, and uh, I'll try to get to some questions as well. But there is a lot going on. I don't know if you all saw, I was just on Dan's show this week, and there is a lot going on around Megan and her father right now, him being in the hospital, and just the fact that Megan hasn't even yet called her father is just so sad and unbelievably heartbreaking to see what's happening to Thomas Markle. But I do believe he's better off not really engaging with Megan, because I think she's only going to set him up for disappointment and not really provide the comfort that I think Thomas Markle needs during this time. It's best just to keep distance and understand that this relationship has run its course, it's over. And the one thing is that Megan will live to regret everything around her father when she starts to realize, and I'm sure she will as she gets older. With age comes wisdom, and I believe that she will highly regret how she has treated her father on a world stage. She will have constant reminders of how she has failed in a very human kind of way. A very human kind of way. All right. So thank you again for being here. And thank you once again, Lizzie, for also being here and helping out with the comments and everything. And Lizzie will be posting different info about my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, and also my charity. I don't know if some of you know, but my charity lost its funding in July. So if you want to support my work around my charity, providing life skills education to under-resourced youth, that would be greatly appreciated, because yeah, it's just crazy what's happened. All right, so let's get into the first thing that I want to talk about. And I'm going to share my screen so that we can discuss it, because I think it's a good one. This is a good one. Let's get that going. And I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. All righty. So we have, and here is the thing. Just look at this, right? Just look. You see how it says Kate? And this is People magazine. And I just don't understand for the life of me. Like, we know definitively that Catherine likes to go by Catherine. But consistently, news publications call her Kate. And I just don't understand why they choose to not call her by her preferred name. Now, just an eye-opener, because I'm kind of like a little picky about that. I don't really mention it as much, but we all know my name is Patricia. I know I go by PDina. That's like my YouTube channel name. But a lot of people just divert to Pat. But my name's Patricia. I like Patricia. But people call me Pat, and I just kind of roll with it. But I do prefer Patricia. And I can imagine for Catherine, for her being on the world stage and having her life, you know, things put in publications with her name, that could be a little bit more reinforcing of not really respecting her wishes. And I think for her, it's probably a little bit more offensive, or can be, because your name is in print and they're not calling you by your preferred name, which is Catherine. Now we do know that the palace has talked about the fact that Camilla has a name beginning with C, and Catherine is spelled the way she spells it is with the C. And they don't really like having these two senior royals with the first name or the first letter of their names being C, being the same. And I think that's just silly. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just silly and ridiculous. Just go call her by her name, Catherine with the C, because that's what she likes. So why would they do that? I just think that sometimes you look at the monarchy and you can see how they really are still in that old-fashioned way of thinking, like not evolving. And I mean, like, just what? I don't understand that. But anyway, and calling her not by her married name. I mean, this is a married woman, a woman who has demonstrated her her presence and her job and her way of really being a senior royal so effortlessly and beautifully. To still call her Middleton is disrespectful. I just don't understand why they still do that. But what can you do? It's like, just call them out for it, and maybe hopefully they'll get around to it. Why isn't she called, Princess of Wales, the Prince and Princess of Wales? Star in new Christmas card photo with George, Charlotte, and Louis. Why can't that be the way they address it? But there's this consistency of calling her Kate Middleton, and I don't get it. But anyway, Merry Christmas from the Prince and Princess of Wales. There you go. Um, so they are continuing the holiday tradition with the reveal of their family Christmas card. We know that the card has, of course, their children, Prince and Princess of Wales. The photo was actually taken in April of 2025 by Josh Schimmer and was unveiled on Thursday, today, on the royal couple's social media accounts. And here it is, a lovely photo. And let me just give a couple of comments about this photo, okay? Because when you look at this photo, the first thing that comes to mind is how close they are as a family. They seem very close, and not only that, but relaxed. This is not one of those, photos that makes them look like they're just posing for a photo. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you something that I was actually just thinking about some of these photos that they have. Christmas photos. Let's see here. So let me just do this. Okay, I'm going to show you a photo. And this is like, when I look at this, I look at a family that is just hanging out, going through the motions, and really happy. They seem very happy. They look very comfortable with each other, and they seem to have really good energy and vibes going. I mean, it just is a really good photo. A lot of times you look at people in their eyes, and the eyes are the window to the soul, and you can really tell. But like, when you look at a photo like this, you're not looking at a photo of a family that is doing a Christmas photo and just taking a photo just to be taking a photo. No, the photo for the Waleses, I think, it's really nice and warm and inviting, and you can definitely see that they are a happy family, happily joined together for this moment of just good wishes, goodwill to all, right? So, and the other thing that I do like about the Wells is, and it should be really a testament to those that choose not to do this, but the fact that they are sharing their children and showing their children's faces, it just really goes against, everything that Meghan and Harry try to say about why they don't show their children's faces. I think it makes more controversy than it needs to be around your children when you choose to hide them, because you're always creating that curiosity effect about, well, what do they look like now? I mean, we've seen a few photos of these children when they were younger, but not getting a chance to watch them as they grow creates a disconnect with the people. And I think the way the Welleses have always managed to find the fine line between their family life and their public life and the boundaries that are respected around their children, I think they have done it the right way. And you just look at them and how happy they look and how much bigger they are and how they're growing, and you really get a sense for a connection to the children and the family and how they are as parents, because you can tell the children are everything to them. And just look at how Charlotte has her head on her dad's shoulder. I mean, it just is so loving. And I love how Louis and William look like they're wearing the exact same sweater. It looks exactly the same, like the color and everything. Charlotte has a similar color on, and George is wearing brown like his mother. So I think it's a beautiful, beautiful photo. So for this image, the family was seen sitting in a field filled with daffodils as they cozy up for the camera. William and Louis match in dark green sweaters and blue jeans, while Charlotte, who rests her head on her father's shoulder, also wears a green Fair Isle sweater and scarf. So the snap appears to be from the same shoot that the family shared to wish William a happy Father's Day earlier this year, and for portraits to mark Louis' 7th birthday in April and George's birthday in July. Princess Kate, they say, did not appear in any of the photos shared by the family for those occasions. Here is the photo of everyone going to Catherine's Christmas special, that filming, and they look beautiful. I mean, you just imagine the lives that George, Charlene, Louis have. Just I mean, you're growing up in privilege. You are growing up in so much privilege, and also experiencing families that don't have any privilege, people that are poor and who have challenging circumstances, and how they are growing up really learning about those that have and those that don't. And I think about, like I talked about last week, about Princess Diana, how she never had that. She never had someone taking her as a child, showing her, like, at least that's not what I've read about the woman, showing things about the world and, those that have less than. But she just had this natural innate ability to sympathize with people, and just naturally. But I think it's great that the children are learning a lot about their experiences, but through the eyes of Diana, because she's influenced a lot of things that they are actually experiencing as children. So this new portrait was released for their holiday card. Often a new family portrait as their holiday card photo. Last year, they opted to release a still from a video that had been released a few months prior. Now, the video showing the family spending time outdoors announced that Kate had completed chemotherapy after announcing in March that she was undergoing treatment for cancer. And she shared in 2025 that she was in remission. So yeah, I just love seeing them all together and watching the children grow up before our eyes. That, I think, is beautiful to watch and see. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about the family, the Wells family, and I think that photo just was a good choice. I believe it was a good choice. All right. So, what? Oh my word. Mark Carvelis, thank you so much. Thank you for your super sticker. Bless you. Bless you. And you're also a PDINA member. Thank you for being a member. I just put out my video on my time in Europe and coming back from Europe. So we all know that I went to Europe. I go every year. Be going to Lady C's ball again next year if she has another one. But thank you so much, Mark. That is beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate you for that. It just, I tell you, there's just so much happening right now. But trying to show up and be here and do what I do. I really appreciate that so much. All right. So let's now look at the other article that I'm talking about. Now, this is about, well, really, let's just really quickly just talk about what we all know has happened with Megan and her Instagram that she posted, what she posted. Okay, so this woman, and this is how you know, I'm just going to tell you how you know there is something happening, because this is why she does what she does. Let's just keep it real, people. Okay, I'm not here to play games. I'm here to call it as it is. So Megan posts on her Instagram this photo of Harry. He's in Colorado, and she goes, "Oh, hello there." So she's posting something on her Instagram because, Megan and Harry have to show us that all is right in the world of Harry and Megan. That is essentially what they have to do right now. Because what I'm going to talk about, one of my other stories on this live, it's just confirmation. Okay, it's confirmation. And Harry and Megan are in a position now where they have to show like-minded goals. Although we know that based on the things that are coming out in the news about what Harry is doing, what Megan is doing, I mean, just the whole Kardashian hiccup showed us that they're not aligned in purpose. I mean, they're doing things and causing controversy just by going to a birthday party for Kris Jenner. Like, who gets into a big conundrum just by going to a birthday party? I mean, really, for real, for real. It's like, it just doesn't make sense to me that there's always a controversy around them. But what I'm saying is that because Harry is off in Colorado playing polo, Megan posting on her Instagram, like, there is supposed to be her making this acknowledgement. For what? For what? Okay. I mean, if he were in Colorado and he was doing this polo thing, okay, you can make an announcement like, here, like on your official Archwell. I mean, like, do those things officially. But the fact that Megan has put this on her personal Instagram is showing that she wants to keep up the facade. She wants to keep it going that all is well in the marriage. Because to say, "Oh, hello there," like, what does that even mean? What is that supposed to convey? That conveys this: let me post something so people can think we're still good. Oh, hello there. Click. I mean, really, that is the most uneventful, uninspiring, so generic, sideways, cricket kind of a post. It's like, what in the world? Why would you even do that? So it's like you have to do it because, yeah, we know there are problems. There are problems. Okay. So that's what I see. That's what I see. Oh, and thank you so much for your super sticker as well. Kitty Cheatham, thank you so much for your super sticker, and thank you so much for your gifted PDina memberships. Shaz 1769, I remember you, Shaz. I remember you, girlfriend. I remember you. Yes, you're a new member, from what I remember from a few weeks ago. Okay, so thank you again. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about. well, actually, before I get into that, let's just mention that Harry and Meghan are going to be doing another documentary. Well, at least that's what they're trying to do. I don't know if it's going to actually hit the mark in terms of Netflix, them getting the approval on all of this. But let's just take a look really quickly at this before I go into my last article that I'm going to be sharing with you all. So, okay, so they are going to be releasing, it looks like, a documentary, another bombshell royal documentary on Netflix. Okay, so Harry is planning a 2027 film to mark the 30th anniversary of his mother's death. Now, we do know that Harry is in talks about this. I mean, I know I've heard about this, a few months ago, but there was some controversy around that because of William not wanting this to happen or to go forward. So let's just look briefly at this, because I think this comes into one of those situations where Harry is, he has to do something. They have to make money, because I mean, Harry is at a point now where he doesn't have really any income coming in. He's got money that has been given to him from his trust and things, but there's no real consistent work. I know the work that he is doing around his mental health as the chief. God, what is it that stupid title that they have? Let me know in the chat what that title is. I forget. Chief Impact Officer or something like that. I mean, what does he know? What does he know? But anyway, he's planning this anniversary documentary about his late mother, Diana. Now they're saying that he's already partnered with Netflix to produce the shows Polo with Love, Heart of Invictus, and the self-titled Harry and Meghan. But their bombshell documentary is the only one of interest to subscribers of the streamer, leading many to question why Netflix renewed their deal with the pair. Now, I don't think that they renewed their deal. They just it's not even a renewal. It's just a first look. And I think they're going to want to know more about how this is going to be conveyed, this documentary around Diana, because it could be something that is not even worth producing. But I mean, what are you going to be able to provide that hasn't already been said? Like, is Harry going to really be a part of the documentary talking about it to create and add more value to the documentary? I mean, we've heard there's so much out there already about Diana. And I think it's only significant if he's doing something with his brother. That would make it really meaningful. But at this point, we just see it as a money-making endeavor. I mean, you're doing it without your brother. You're doing it because you almost have to, because this is probably one of the titles that they talked about doing with Netflix in the very beginning when they initially got their deal with Netflix. So a source is saying to the Royalists, it's hard to see at this point how and why the relationship endures unless there is something juicy and possibly Diana shaped being dangled. Exactly what I just said. Okay. So another source has added that it certainly has not been a hugely productive deal thus far. Meghan's TV show hasn't done anything on Netflix charts, but if there's not something that Diana related indeed is coming, then you would see that as something Netflix would certainly maintain the relationship for. And I would think, yeah, that could be just the only reason why Netflix is still trying to maintain somewhat of a relationship. And also, I think because of the post-divorce thing could also be playing into that. But this definitely, I'm sure, is part of the deal. So Mark Graham at The Decider had a critical analysis of Meghan's latest show. He told the Royalists, more disturbingly, neither the second season of that show nor its recent Christmas special were able to crack Netflix's top 10 in either the United States or the UK, let alone globally. Maybe those two will have better luck staying behind the scenes and producing material that doesn't feature either of their faces. The Duchess of Sussex the Duchess's Christmas special of her lifestyle show with Love Megan holiday celebration, we know, was in December, and it was a big flop, essentially. Now, it has also been reported that the couple's Archwell production company will be involved in a new romantic adaptation of The Wedding Date by author Jasmine Guillory. I think I said that right? The book was published in 2018 and became the first of 6-book series. Is being adapted by screenwriter Tracy Oliver. But my question is, whatever happened to Meet Me by the Lake? Like, we don't really hear anything about that. And I think that shows you how Harry and Meghan essentially want to always put out things around what they're going to be working on with minimal results. I would think you would have had something more productive to share at this point. I mean, Lord, give me an opportunity to make the money to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm putting it out, and it's going to be good. Do you hear me? It's going to be fabulous because I pour my heart into it. And the fact that Harry and Meghan have been able to have doors open up to them by the mere relation to royalty is sickening to me. Your relation to royalty did not help you to even get anywhere on the charts for the other things that you've done for Netflix. Sure, Harry and Meghan, that docudrama that they did well because they were slagging off the royal family. But just look at how their relation to royalty, that did not yield any high results of being in a top 10. That's not a reason to give people multi-million-dollar deals. It just seems to boggle the mind that, having access to, someone that can, open the door for you to just produce something shouldn't be a reason why you can just produce something. Okay? I mean, go find me somebody who's been able to produce something with a lot of effort from their own struggle. And that's a person I'm going to show you that's going to put a great amount of love and hard work into a project, because they're doing it not because someone gave them a handout of $1 million, but because they did it from the heart. They did it from a place that was meaningful to them. That is the difference. So the people that give out these deals to people because you're related to the Queen of England. Well, here's a multi-million dollars. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't give people what they want to look at. I mean, just think about it. Did Harry and Meghan really put any effort into the things that they were talking about that had nothing to do with the royal family? Why didn't Harry show his butt up to the polo show that he produced? He certainly is playing polo recently, as I just showed you, but you didn't have enough will to want to appear in your polo show you produced so that people can see you, Harry. You think just having your name and a credit and a couple of seconds in the series is going to get people to want to watch and tune in? That's a bunch of nonsense. That shows you the entitlement and how spoiled and how you just don't want to work hard. And you don't have real grit in you to want to do the work around something because you got paid a lot of money. And it's like you just throw away money at people for this nonsense of production work because of their relation to royalty. It's such a sideways way of trying to produce and create content. It really, and it's been like that story for a lot of people that really want opportunity because they will do the work and they will make something great because they're passionate about it. Something these old wackadoos have not done. They just wanted a paycheck, okay? And look what you got. Some flops. So let's see what Harry's going to do with this Diana thing. I don't think that's going to be anything that's going to bring in any significant viewership as well, only because, this is Diana's son by himself, and the other son wants nothing to do with this documentary. What hasn't already been said about Diana's death that Harry's going to talk about? Why is this important? How significant are you going to make this documentary, Harry? Or are you just slapping your name on it? Yeah, that's what it is. So, whatever. It's just whoo, Lord, let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something right here. You see this gray hair in my head? You see this gray hair? I've learned some things. I've learned a lot from my life experiences. A lot. And the one thing I know is that Harry and that woman, wife of his, haven't seen any hardships. Bunch of spoiled, rotten brats. If I ain't ever seen some people that show themselves as entitled with no real work ethic. There's no hustle behind the work that they do. I mean, look at Harry's over there playing polo, going to Colorado and playing polo, and got a care in the world. Oh, thank you. Let me just tell you a little bit about my skincare, just if I might divert for a minute before going to my last story. Okay, let me just tell you about my skincare. I am a woman of a certain age. Okay, I will be 57 years old. 57, yes, and I have 2 strand twists. Remember what I told you about Naomi? About Naomi Osaka? Otis, you see my twist, Otis? Otis. Look at my twist, Otis. See these twists? These are 2 strand twists. Let me just teach y'all something really quick. Okay? You see, it's 2 strands and they're twisted. That's why they're called 2 strand twist. And this is the hairstyle that Naomi Osaka had when she went to go see Meghan Markle. And Meghan Markle, and her not knowing anything about women, black women and black hair, didn't even compliment her on her black hair. Okay? So, yeah. I'm wearing my 2 strand twist because this is like a little healthier. But yeah, as I was saying, I've got a lot of gray, and I'm thinking about growing out my gray hair. But just to get into my skincare routine, I always go and get like a facial at least every once a month or every other month. I get a facial, like an anti-aging facial. I am using Insomers products. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but she has given me some products and they are amazing. I need to hit me up on an email. I will give you a link. Let me give you my email right here in the chat. Hit me up if you want a link to her products. And my email is right there in the chat. And I use her products and they really are freaking amazing. Okay. I'm telling you. And I have used, before I even got her products, I was using Milkage. And then, what was the other one that I was using? Oh, shoot. Oh, no, it's the same. It's the same product. Milkage. I was using their products. Yeah. So it's just, staying out of the sun. And let me give you another tip for a good health for skincare really quickly. Before you go to bed at night, get a hot rag. I get a hot rag and I get it as hot as I can stand it. And I press it into my skin. Woo, I'm ashy. I'm going to start a fire up in here. Let me get some lotion. Hold on, Mr. Otis. Where is my lotion? I can't be looking this ashy on camera. We don't do ashy. I can't be doing ashy. I gotta put some lotion on. Don't want to start a fire up in here. Okay. So what you do is you take a hot cloth, as hot as you can stand it, and you press it into your skin. It will absorb the heat and it will plump out your skin, and you can literally see the lines disappear temporarily from your face. But if you do that consistently at night before you go to bed, you will see a change in your skin. Okay. Well, at least I have. I can't vouch for you and what happened for you, but that's what happened for me. Okay. Don't want nobody suing me. Okay. But my cousin showed me that. And it is a great way to just do something that's affordable and cheap. And it will definitely help keep your skin, like it does something, that warm water, really warm water. You just press the towel into your face like this, and just it does great things. Okay, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate hearing you say that. Okay, so let's get into our last article that I'm going to be talking about. Oh, but before I do that, something else that just popped into my head. I am working on something, and I think, and I mentioned it briefly on Dan's show, I am working on the connection between Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew. We know that with the most recent passing of Virginia Giuffre, and the fact that her lawyer, Virginia's lawyer, wanted to call Meghan Markle as a witness. That is very significant. That is extremely significant that he wanted to contact or call to as a witness Meghan Markle around the Jeffrey Epstein case. Do you not find that fascinating? Like, we can't just read that and say, oh, okay. You got to stop the presses. Hold up. Wait a minute. What did you say? You want to call Meghan Markle to be a witness around what happened with girls and Jeffrey Epstein? Like, you think she's going to have some relevant information to pass on about Prince Andrew? Like, what is that all about? What is that all about? I mean, that happened a while ago. I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember I did a video on it and I showed you the court documents that said they wanted to call Meghan Markle as a witness. So I'm working on something. And I think I heard and read something with Andrew Lowney that he's also working on something around that topic. I need to ask him to confirm it. But yeah, I find that very significant. It's like, in what context? And then also, you think about it. Didn't Meghan know Prince Andrew's daughter, Eugenie, before she knew Harry? So wait a minute. Okay. And you didn't know Eugenie is the first cousin to Prince Harry? Like, you were like, who is this guy? Is he nice? Is he nice? I have one question. Is he nice? Look, girl, we are critical thinkers. We are using our third eyeball, okay? We're not going to just hear something and just be like, oh, okay. We're going to be like, wait a minute, hold up, back up. What? You knew Princess Eugenie before you even knew Harry? You, Meghan Markle, were going to be called as a witness to testify in the Jeffrey Epstein case with Prince Andrew? His lawsuit that Virginia Giuffre brought on? Like, these are significant things that people need to further investigate. And we don't move on from there, and we don't just not say anything about it. Okay, so I'm just giving you a little bit of info. I started digging into this and I found some stuff already, y'all. I cannot wait to share it with you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. From the early 2000s. Oh, yes. I found some things that I'm going to be further investigating. Now, where it will lead and end up, I don't know. I just started, but I'm finding it very significant that already I'm like, there are things and questions like that. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, Meghan Markle, we have to understand, this is not a woman that just appeared to marry Prince Harry, the grandson of the late Queen Elizabeth. No, this woman has been doing what she has been doing for a very long time. We're just now seeing the efforts of her trying to get in certain circles pay off for her to be able to marry this man. But what kind of things did she do in these circles of people that she was meeting before she even laid eyes on Harry? What kind of things was she doing? Okay, so like there's just a lot significance there to talk about. Okay, and we're gonna talk about it. If I had more time, y'all, I mean, if I had more time, and I feel like I just don't have enough time in the day to do it all, but there's just like so much, so much. Okay, really quickly, let's just do a thank you so much to Mark Carvelis. You joined. Okay. You've been a member for 11 months now. Okay. Thank you so much. And okay, how does this work? Mark Carvelis has been a member. So you've seen some of my videos as well. So that's awesome. Okay. So I just wanted to like star those and put those up there. Okay, great. Oh, you can see Fergie doing a Diana doc and not Harry. Now, yeah, that's true because Fergie would have a lot to say. Fergie, I think, has a lot of secrets. Fergie has a lot. I think I would be very concerned about Fergie if I were within the royal institution, because we have to remember at the time when Fergie had her big controversy around the toe sucking with the gentleman, the American Texan, they kept her around still after what she had done because they knew she had secrets. They knew she could do some harm to the royals. But it's very interesting that they've kind of like thrown her away. Like, okay, Fergie, we're done with you. And I believe Fergie really could retaliate. She could do some things, some harmful things, and she would know some things, especially around Diana. Absolutely. She would be able to, because she could take the footage that we all saw back from the 80s and 90s of their friendship and really go through that friendship and talk about what was going on behind the scenes with Diana and Charles, and who Diana was dating, after their breakup. Like, she would know a lot of intimate details, more than Harry would know. Harry doesn't even remember his mother as much now. I mean, Harry has been alive a lot longer without knowing his mother than when he knew his mother. Okay, so his life has been lived so much more now without his mother than when his mother was alive. And he has very vague memories of his mother, as he has mentioned. So yeah, Harry, your significance to your mother really is not really worth you doing a documentary unless you're doing it with your brother and you talk about it in context around perhaps someone like a Fergie that knows a lot more. But that's not going to happen. I think that Fergie is like, what can her comeback be? I don't know. I think that she will definitely have a major comeback and do some things, because she apparently is really hurting. Okay, so let me get into this article. Oh my goodness, it's almost 10 till. Okay, here we go. So the article is about what Prince Harry will do. What they're saying, Harry is in a position now where he may, to get his family back. Let me show you the headline, because this is significant. This is very significant. And this tells you everything you need to know, especially around what we see Meghan doing on her social media, where she writes, "Oh, hello, hey there, hey there, hey," right? Okay. Harry ready to risk Meghan Markle marriage if it means King Charles reunion. This, my friends, today on my life, is very significant. And it really shows you the union of Harry and Meghan has collapsed. Because if you are in union with your spouse, 100, you're riding and dying with your spouse, Ain't nothing outside that marriage is going to interrupt it because you're together like this. And the fact that this article, this headline is out and it is saying this validates everything that I've been saying on my channel. And also, it makes a lot of sense around Harry and his need for this new review of his security. Harry's trying to get his butt back in the United Kingdom, folks. Ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody going to stand here and pee on your leg and tell you it's raining. Okay? That's not happening. Look, this is what it is. And Meghan and Harry can go try to show us that they love each other all day long. But the reality is, real life has hit you real hard. Real life has shown up at your doorstep in Montecito. Real life is showing you it's not a fairy tale. It's real life. People that have real life experiences, like with the gray hairs in my head, the life I've lived, the things I've gone through, and I'm sure you have gone through too. We know what time it is. Come on. We know what time it is. Harry, okay? Because this is what means something to him. His papa, his relation to royalty, what he has in his DNA, why he was bred, why he was birthed by Diana. He was the spare. Look, you're going to be the spare to your brother, okay? You're not going off living some independent life in California. Who you fooling? That's not your life. Your life is not meant to go live and frolic with celebrities in Montecito, California, and be the spare to some egotistical narcissist woman who thinks she has talent to go be a billionaire. That's not your life, Harry. That's not you. Okay? Now you can try to live in your misery to show people, I'm going to do exactly what I said I'm going to do because those trolls are not going to win. Well, go ahead and do that and be miserable the rest of your life. Or are you going to be true to yourself and your feelings and what's important to you and forget what people are saying or what you committed to and get back to something that is meaningful to you? Because I don't think Meghan is it for you, Harry, as much as you would like it to be. I'm sorry. This woman will throw you away like she has thrown every other person in her life away. So Prince Harry risks marital tension with Meghan Markle to reconnect with royal family. And why do you think it is risking his relationship with his family? Because of the tension with Meghan Markle. You know why that is? You know why? Because they don't want her in the picture. That's why. Okay? Okay. Look, if Meghan were smart, well, let me not say that. Let me go back because no, she's not. If you want to have a good life with the man that you love, you're not going to create problems for the man that you love and his family. You're just not. If you moved to a foreign country for the man that you love and you saw a little bit of racism or you saw things around living as a royal that you didn't like because it was too stuffy, you really don't love that man because those things are not significant. If you really loved your husband, you're being provided for, your security is on point. You have a great legacy to live in the shadow of the late Princess Diana. I mean, that's a reason enough alone to keep your butt up in royalty as the daughter-in-law of Princess Diana. I ain't going nowhere. We're staying right here. I'm living the legacy and I'm in the shadow of the late Diana. I'm not going to California. Nuh-uh, we're not doing that. Like, if that is your mindset, you'd still be in the UK. But the fact that they're not living what they had promised in the very beginning shows you this marriage is not a love marriage. It was built on infatuation, on a superficial, googly eye, butterfly. Okay, I like you. You cute. You kind of remind me of my mom because, yeah, you planned it. That's why it looks similar. But yeah, Megan ain't nothing like Diana. Like Megan fooled Harry. Okay, let's just keep it real. She fooled him. She did what she did. Harry fell for it because he don't have no world experiences. He's not someone that is accustomed to like the skanky way of women, because there are skanky ways of women out there in the world. Let's just keep it real. Okay. You've been bamboozled, Harry. Essentially, you've been bamboozled. So if life is giving you, if you are in a marriage that is a marriage built on real love and commitment, yeah, you're not causing these problems for your husband. You may have done it for your family for whatever reason, but you certainly don't make a replica of your family relations look exactly how you're making it look for Harry and his relations with his family. Like, that's not love. That is not showing that you care about this man, because he's clearly hurting to be with his family. And Harry's really realizing now that freedom flight was nothing but a fright flight. You know, that wasn't freedom, Harry. As much as you probably wanted it to be a freedom flight, it was not. So Harry, they're saying, is facing personal dilemma as he considers spending more time in the U.S. with his children. With the children. Okay? I've been here, folks. I've been here. I've lived this story. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. Stay here for more. Okay? A move which would or could test his marriage to Meghan Markle, per latest reports. This comes as Harry secures a new Home Office review of his security arrangements in the UK after the Royal and VIP Executive Committee RAVIC removed his 24-hour armed protection in 2020 when he stepped down as a working royal. I said this a long time ago. I certainly did. Now, the Home Office is said to have ordered the first threat assessment in 5 years to reassess the risks. And here's the thing about the risk that I think is very significant. Any new potential risks that Harry may be facing, he brought on himself with that book Spare. Any new risk that you're getting is because you couldn't shut your mouth. You couldn't stop trying to make money off of your family. Like, you brought on any new risk in your life, Harry, because we saw most recently, let me just show you this. Let me just show you this, y'all. Okay. I want to show you this because I think this right here showed so much of why Harry is in the predicament that he is in now, because this is not what he did. He did not do this. And I'm going to show you. Okay. Do you see this right here, Lady Louise on the train? Just minding her own business. You can have a very low profile life, Harry. Just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. And stop trying to make money. and stop trying to write books, do documentaries, hide your kids' faces. Don't look at my kids. Don't look at my kids. Like, you have brought on so much harm with your choices that, yeah, there probably are more risks talking about how many Taliban you've killed. Yeah, you've done some things. But this right here shows you a good example of someone, a lady, a beautiful young girl who can have a life just like regular people, even though she is the granddaughter of the late Queen Elizabeth. Like, you can have this kind of life, low profile, but that's not what you chose to do. So you have your issues, right? So that's just what I wanted to say about Harry and his thing. But let me just get back to that story before I go here. So it could mean that Harry, Meghan, and their kids, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, can spend more time in the Duke's home country. And here's the contradiction: he could always spend more time with the security that he had, where he had to plan and put in the request and assess risk at that time. Like, there were things he could do and still bring his children. So don't try to throw us some lie as if, this is going to allow you to spend more time. First of all, your kids haven't even been in the UK within several years since the Queen's Jubilee. So that's just not even truthful. But they're trying to spin this as a way of legitimizing why he's trying to have this reassessment. Look, shut your mouth. Go to England. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Okay. But according to Radar Online, the Duke of Sussex wants to reconnect with his family and maintain ties in the UK. Meghan's life is firmly rooted in California. That's right, it is, because she don't love you, Harry. Her loyalty is to being in California. There's no sacrifice to you, Harry, so that you can be with your family or for these children to have any kind of life as a UK citizen. It's about Meghan and her desire to make it in Hollywood, yet and still. A source told the publication that the balancing his life in US as well as reconnecting with his family could create tensions. You think? Between him and the Duchess of Sussex? Oh yeah, because I can almost with 99% certainty tell you, as I am sitting here today, Harry has wanted to bring those children to the UK for a visit, and Meghan said no. Okay? So it could have happened, but it hasn't happened because I'm sure Meghan is trying to cause more problems and say, well, we have to have this kind of security if it happens, knowing very well that that's going to be very difficult. But hey, it might happen now. Speaking on the news of the risk status reassessment, one senior palace source said this is the clearest sign yet that Harry is preparing the ground for spending far more time in Britain, possibly even basing himself there. Exactly. That would bring the inevitable tension with Meghan, who has built a life in California and has little appetite for a return. Yeah, she don't have no appetite for nothing, not even her own father. Okay, the girl don't have an appetite for nothing. Just give her what she wants in California. Leave her alone. Because it ain't about nobody else. It's about what Meghan wants. People close to them know it could strain the marriage in many ways that may be impossible to reverse. In short, it could bust them up forever and ever. Oh, yes, I know. And another shared, the reality is simple. It's simple. That Harry has already seemed armed protection as the key to feeling secure enough to be here with his children. If he gets it back, everything changes, but that raises huge questions about whether Meghan is willing to follow. And that, my friends, is the story that I'm telling you now as more proof. This will be announced, I believe they say in January, whether or not he will get this. But I'm telling you, it is it's going to happen where he's going to probably get this security. I'm thinking that's going to happen. And I just don't know how they're going to survive this next, I mean, part of their marriage life is going to really be affected. Thank you so much for your super sticker, Renee. Thank you so much, darling, darling, darling. And Carmen Rand for your super sticker. Thank you, thank you. And thank you so much for Jilly Girly. Is it Jilly Girly? Yes, Jilly Girly. Thank you so much. And it's such a cute doggy dog. So cute. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you giving those super stickers. I really do. And for being here today. I really enjoy speaking about, you know, what I talk about here on my channel, but always from a perspective of learning and trying to uh just bring out some moments where we can all learn something from it, because I think there's a lot to learn from the mistakes and choices of Harry and Meghan being such high profile people, but also in the shadow of the late Diana, whom I've loved for many years since I was a little girl, as a little girl. All right, Lizzie B, thank you so much once again for being here and for all of your super chats and your super stickers. You guys are amazing. Yeah, and then what I usually do is I go through and I read your comments after my live and just kind of take it all in and just really, like, what I'm saying is happening. It's coming true. Like, a lot of you have already validated it as well. Like, we know what's going to happen unless there is some major breakthrough or change of mind of, you know, Megan falls and hits her head and suddenly she becomes loving. Oh, I like my father now. I hit my head and now I love him again. Okay. You know, she goes to see her father. I mean, that's just some nonsense what's happened with that whole thing. But um yeah, and also just you being here and supporting my channel helps me in my charity work, because that is a big part of why I do what I do, because I do run a charity. I want to have more opportunities to teach young people really important skills, give them access to life skills and to experiences of travel. Because let me tell you something, when you travel and you see the world and you get outside your elements of every day and you're in a new element, it changes you. It changes so much. Imagine young people who would never have an opportunity to travel outside their state if they had travel or experiences to go to the UK. I took one of my students to the UK with me when I went to Lady C's. No, when I went to the King's coronation. And the mom told me that her daughter, like when she came back from the UK, because she had never been outside the country, she was a change. Like suddenly she was into fashion and really wanting to like go to work and be like the people she saw on the streets of London. Like we were walking and like it was just fascinating what it does to, like, you literally come back with new eyeballs. Like your mindset changes, you become a different person. It can change a young mind in such amazing ways. And that is the work that I'm trying to do. That is the work that I'm doing here on this channel, trying to make it meaningful and to give young people meaningful experiences, because I never had those when I was younger. So I feel very connected to it. So just by showing up and watching my channel, you are helping. When you do these super stickers and things, you're really, really helping and you're really making an impact. And I appreciate you all for that. This is why I'm showing up on Thursdays. I'm doing these lives and I'm happy you're here to be here with me and to let's talk and discuss and chit chat about some things, because hey, we're trying to make meaningful experiences here, and this is not about bashing and being mean. It's really about learning and trying to, you know, understand some things. And I know I can get a little silly and be fun about it, but really at the end of the day, hey, I take this very seriously. I've been trying to do so much out of my own accord, but this has really helped elevate the work that I do being on social media. So I thank you. I thank you for being here and for all of your support. It really means the world. Okay, so thank you for being here. I will see you all next Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will be releasing a video tomorrow. Now let's say hello to Otis. Come here, Otis. Come here. You want to say goodbye? Come here, Otis. You've been sleeping the whole time. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Let's say goodbye. Get up here. Yeah, that's right. That's my puppy dog. Here's the Otis. Here's the Otis. Say bye-bye. You want to say goodbye-bye? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, everybody. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again, Lizzie B. And thank you so much for all the super chats. Thank you so much. And for all your comments. I'm going to go through your comments and read them. And Otis thanks you too. Otis thanks you too. Right, Mr. Otis? Okay, everybody. I will see you guys next Thursday live and in my video tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.